What's going on, y'all? It's y'all boy, Bobito87, and we all back to do another review. And today's review is something I am in shock, I am surprised I even like this. It's Cobra Kai. Now, Cobra Kai, I remember seeing it on YouTube and seeing trailers for it, and I thought it was like a parody at first. I thought it was like a parody trailer. Then I'm noticing that I was like, wait, they're really putting this movie out. They're really gonna put this out. Then I found out it's a show, and then I decided to finally watch it. I was like, you know what, everyone keeps talking about it. Let me just see. The first few episodes were cool, you know what I'm saying? You see Johnny, the guy who got kicked in the face by Danny. You see him laying on the floor after 19, I think it was like 19 years. It's like 19 years later. This is after all the other Karate Kids and all that stuff. He did 2 and 3. And we see Johnny just laying there, and he's pretty much a loser. He's pretty much lost his wife. His wife's like a hoe or something like that. His son doesn't respect him. He keeps going from job to job. I mean, he's just a mess. He's just a mess. Of course, you got Danny over here not pimping. But you got Danny over here just successful with a car business. He's married with 2 kids. I mean, he's just happy as hell. And throughout the show, you get to see Johnny's life before all this, and even before the Karate Kid. Like, you actually learn about Johnny. You know, because he was rich, but of course, you know, he had a stepdad that treated him like shit, pretty much. And you're like, kind of feel sorry for him a little bit now. You're like, you know what? I feel for you, Johnny. And then after that, throughout the show, he meets this kid who gets beat up, and Johnny, of course, is like, I ain't trying to teach you, kid. I ain't got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? But the kid finally convinces him to teach him, and he's teaching him the way of the Cobra Kai, the way he does things. And man, Johnny is still a savage. He said, man, you ain't nothing. You ain't getting no girls. You ain't shit to me. But after I'm done with you, you're going to be a beast. And throughout the show, the kid actually starts to get confidence and stuff like that. And he actually beats up one of the bullies. One of the bullies actually was dating Danny's daughter. And Danny's daughter also knows karate and stuff like that, but she don't really use it that much. But he actually meets her. Wins the girl, of course, but she starts to notice that he's starting to be more of an asshole every day. Like, he's beating up on, well, not beating up on people. He started to, like, him and his crew are starting to beat up on people and stuff like that. Like literally throughout the show, the kid is actually recruiting other kids to join Cobra Kai, and they're all nerds. It's crazy. Like, all of them are nerds. Every single one of them. They have no confidence, and throughout the show, you see them get even more confidence. You can tell that they're starting to take over the school, in my opinion. Like, they're starting to, like some of the bullies that were in the show, you know, they were like, we're going to have a party. We'll have a beach party. They find out about it. They go, well, you know what? We're going to throw a party first. And they do it. And they're like, oh, snap. We can't mess with those guys. Because they know karate. They can beat up. They can beat people up. And all the nerds are getting girls. Like, they are just savages. But Johnny starts to notice, like, dang, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Because you also meet his son. And his son actually goes and is doing bad things, you know what I'm saying? He's being reckless and being rebellious. And of course, he's just trying to get his father's love and his mother's love, but they're both just messed up, man. You just feel sorry for him. So then he decides to go work for Danny. He's only doing it because of revenge at first, but then he starts to respect Danny. Danny teaches him the way he was taught to fight, and throughout the movie, he starts having respect for Danny, and he starts to actually start liking Danny's daughter. Now, Danny's daughter is still dating the kid that Johnny's teaching, but he's starting to become an asshole. And there was one scene where because the dad finds out that Johnny is bringing back Cobra Kai, and he's mad about it. So he tells his daughter, you cannot date nobody from Cobra Kai. So that's the only reason why she was afraid to tell her boyfriend, hey, you know, I can't date you because my dad wants you to go fight another thing. But in his mind, he's thinking, you don't like me. You using me. You won't even let me meet your parents. But he doesn't understand that, hey, you're in Cobra Kai. Johnny and Danny have a rivalry that's been there for years. And so finally, she decides to tell him, like, hey, I'm gonna let you meet my parents. And he accidentally punches her in the face. Accidentally. He didn't mean to do it. He accidentally do it. And she runs away and stuff like that. And then, of course, you know, throughout the show, Johnny and Danny are also going through their stuff. You know, Danny still is mad at Johnny for what he did. And he feels like, yo, come on, Johnny, man. Like, you got to get rid of this Cobra Kai because it's not good. This is not good at all. You're teaching these kids the wrong way, but, you know, Johnny doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? And throughout the show, you also see them also... Throughout the show, you also see them, Donnie and Johnny, also talk to each other and actually see that they're a lot more similar than you think. Like, they talk about their past life. They go, yeah, you know, my dad died. Yeah, my dad died too. Well, you was rich. You was famous. I mean, you was rich and had everything. He was like, well, I really didn't. You know, then my dad was a bitch, man. My dad was, he was like, whoa, I didn't know that, man. So they started to become friends and stuff. And then again, you know, Johnny finds out that Danny's training his son because he didn't know that was his son. And then he goes, wait, that's your son? And he goes, what? You trying to train my son? And they get into another fight. And it's just all over the place, man. You got to watch the show. I love it. Season 2 is coming real soon. Definitely check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I love this show, man. I'm in shock that this show was even good. Like, I didn't understand. Like, I was like, am I really feeling this show right now? So, definitely check it out. Season 2 coming. I've been repeating myself. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Check out my other videos. I do anime collections and Marvel collections. I collect things. So I show them off. I also do, again, I do reviews. I do show reviews, anime reviews, whatever. Movie reviews with Rionyxiel. So you should definitely check those out. And what else I do? That's pretty much it. Also, go check out my boy Rionyxiel channel. I mostly am on there. We do a lot of stuff on there. And, yeah. And I'll catch you later in the next review that I do. Peace out.